So, ways of selling air, let's go through them. So, ways of asking for money just because this is this bullet point here, just because you have trust issues or want to feel special. This ties into what we talked about, but on this Google Sheet, I'll share this slide with you. There are a few ways of you to ask the same thing in different ways. So, customer is tipping, but you want to spoil to just shift to spoiling just because dynamic. So say you've already run through this script and you say, can you just make me know that this conversation is real? You think about me in the way you think I do, and it would make me feel really good. Plus, any kind of bills really help me out as life is expensive recently. And they tip that. Maybe a few days go by, you build some more rapport, you talk to the customer, you gather more information, you write it down on inflow, you're writing down lots of notes about the customer, you understand who they are, you understand their work schedule, you understand their insecurities, all of that. You can say, after a few days, you can say, hey, we've been having some really deep conversations, and I like doing this, as you've noticed, but honestly, I started doing OF because I'm kind of struggling with paying rent and studying costs. So yeah, this can be whatever reason. I like making content. If they talk about content, I like having deep conversations. But honestly, I started doing OnlyFans because I'm kind of struggling with paying rent and studying costs. And then obviously change it for the model, paying rent, and the cost of taking care of my dog that I have to look after. I never really had an easy life, so any money I make, I have to make myself. I don't know why I'm telling you this, I guess because I'm starting to feel comfortable. But I just wanted to let you know that I can be a bit shy sometimes, and I hope you won't think less of me because of that. You're very sweet. Insert the customer's name, John, Jack, Alan. Do you mind tipping a bit just to make me feel special again? It made me feel so good last time. Something like that is perfect, and there's a few different examples here. So that is a way of doing it with just trust issues, wanting to feel special, just asking for money every now and again. It's very shallow. Like, you have to have a customer who is really invested in the model to pull this off. And if you notice that they don't actually tip that much, what you can do is just randomly, maybe not straight after, just send them a nice selfie. Send them maybe something that's a bit lewd or shows a bit off of the model, and it will show that, yeah, I tipped the model, and now in return she's more comfortable and she's more willing to show me more of what I really want, which is her trust and to see her naked. So every now and again, just throw in a free video and try to avoid messages with these type of customers who are tipping in this way. Fake scenario. So in this one, you want to probably use this on customers who have a spending behavior already. I wouldn't use it on a customer who has been subscribed less than a month, as you need that rapport built, that emotional connection, and it's just not going to work well if someone's been subscribed to the OnlyFans for a week and you've asked them what their age is, their job is, and you don't even know their name, and all of a sudden you want them to pay for a dog surgery. So always use it on someone you know has good spending behavior, and I wouldn't use it more than once per customer, because maybe if they're subscribed for absolutely ages, like 6 months, you could probably do it once every 6 months. But people remember this sort of stuff, and using a fake scenario like this is quite it can come across as a bit of a scam if you do it a lot. So only after a month of speaking to a customer, and I'd only use it once per 4 to 6 months, and once per customer, as most customers last around 6 months anyway. So have a normal conversation in day one, and this will be on Google Sheet as well as a script and an overview of what you should say on each day. Have a normal conversation, mention something about the dog. On day 2, maybe send a picture of the dog and say she's been acting weird. On day 3, normal conversation again, say you're really worried about the dog though. day 4, send another picture of the dog and say you googled it, and you're even more worried now. Obviously all the pictures of the dog will be on the vault in OnlyFans, and also in the Google Sheet, so you know which media to send when. Day 5, you can say that you have to take care of her and you're going to take her to the vet, and maybe say not much else. Then day 6, you can send a voice note on 11 Labs that I can work up, which is where you use AI to clone the model's voice and make a sad voice note about how the dog is really sick. And day 7, you can write a long paragraph, say you really appreciate the customer and you hate to do this, but you simply can't afford any of the bills and the medical equipment that the vet is asking for to save your dog. And this is where you can ask for a large amount of money from a customer. And because it will be so much, you have to make sure that you do it with customers who have the money to spend and have the emotional investment. Dogs die all the time, and people don't just fork out thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars to save that dog's life, because you don't know them, you don't know the dog, you don't know the owner, you don't know the story. But when you have a good connection with the customer and you build it up throughout a whole week, it becomes very hard to ignore and very easy to believe, and that customer is going to feel really good about doing it. And when you do have a customer who pays for this sort of stuff, day 8, obviously send a picture of the healthy dog, otherwise it will look a bit weird. You just stop talking about dog. And then day 9, you can maybe share some content with the customer that you wouldn't have otherwise, like nudity or a full script, and that will show that the payment of money really helped, and it made her comfortable and made the customer feel like a hero. You can say, it would make me feel so good, you'd be my hero if you could do this, and that will just work very well. So day 9, perhaps send some content you wouldn't have otherwise. So we went over trust issues. So phone screen background. So the phone screen is good because when you do this, you have not only the ability to sell this content, but when this has been in place, you now have the customer invested in the model a bit more, because they see the model on their phone every day. They see how hot she is. They put that on there. Maybe someone has asked, who's this girl on your phone? And then they get all shy and say, it's a girl I've been speaking to. She's quite special. And maybe they say only that. They don't have to know it's an OnlyFans girl. But it makes it a lot more real that this is a girlfriend that they're trying to get, and a girl that's special to them. And it makes them log into OnlyFans more and spend more money, because they now are thinking about the model throughout the day without even speaking to her, and subconsciously it reinforces that this girl is way more than just a girl online, and there's a lot more substance to that relationship. So further examples I'm going to go over in the next video.